Hello, you're watching Daily News on All News Nigeria. I am Okoyemi Olubemi. Here are the headlines for today. DSS uncovers plan to disrupt TINUBU'S inauguration. SHETTIMA'S fate at tribunal to affect TINUBU'S inauguration. BUHARI hands over transition documents to TINUBU. Welcome back. Now the news. The Department of State Services, DSS, has claimed that there are plans by some unnamed persons to disrupt Monday's inauguration ceremonies. Via a statement signed by Peter Funaya, DSS Public Relations Officer, on Thursday, the DSS said those plans were hatched to create panic and fear amongst members of the public. The secret police warned unauthorized and unaccredited persons to stay away from inauguration venues across the country. This is not the first time the DSS would warn of plans to disrupt the peaceful transition of power. On March 29, the secret police warned of plans to form a parallel government but failed to name the persons behind those plans. It said, the planners in their many meetings have weighed various options which include, among others, to sponsor endless violent mass protests in major cities to warrant a declaration of state of emergency. Another is to obtain frivolous court injunctions to forestall the inauguration of new executive administrations and legislative houses at the federal and state levels. With its latest warning, DSS has repeated that there are plans for violence but still won't name the suspect. Moving on to the next news. All odds seems to be against the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as reports have it that he might be disqualified due to his counterpart Kashim Shettima's nomination suit at the tribunal. On Monday, the Supreme Court set May 26 for judgment in a suit filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to challenge Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect's victory. While suing, the PDP accused Kashim Shettima, Tinubu's running mate and vice president-elect, of double nomination as a vice presidential candidate and senatorial candidate in the 2023 general elections. According to some lawyers, the suit could prevent the inauguration of Tinubu slated for May 29. Ridwan Oke, a Lagos State-based lawyer, opined that it would mean that Shettima was not even qualified to be nominated in the first place. This also automatically affects the ticket as it goes to the root of the process. He further stated that Supreme Court rulings are final. There is no room for an appeal once judgment is passed. Taylor Sinuwani, an Ogun State-based lawyer, also revealed that the ruling might nullify Tinubu's inauguration. In his words, if the ruling is not in the APC's favor, Tinubu will not be sworn in on May 29. We are talking about a joint ticket, and whatever affects a vice presidential candidate also affects the presidential candidate. If anything invalidates a running mate's qualifications to run for office, such would automatically invalidate the main candidate's tickets as well. Finally, on the news, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, has admitted that he is proud to hand over his transitional documents to President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu received the documents at the State House Conference Center in Abuja on Thursday, May 25, 2023, after the outgoing president conferred on him and his vice president-elect Kashim Shettima the national honors of Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, and Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, GCON, respectively. The president also handed over the baton of service to the president-elect, indicating that government is a continuum. The ceremony is the first in a series of events lined up for the May 29 inauguration. This is the first time in history of transitions in Nigeria that the transition process has been driven under an Executive Order 14 signed by President Buhari. The order sets the process of presidential transition on a path of a legislation which will institutionalize it. And that's it on today's news. For more updates, kindly follow us on all social media platforms displayed on the screen. We'll be back next week with more news updates. Until then, stay tuned. I am Okoyemi Olubemi. Do have a lovely weekend.